The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
The Road Not Taken. So this poem has been pretty important to me recently. It has a lot to do with where I am right now in my life, but maybe not for the reason you think. So most people read this poem and think I should be unique, or I should do what hasn't been done, or what's hard to do. But I'm of the opinion, as are many other literary critics, that Frost is saying both paths are basically the same. We don't really find out what happens until after we've taken one path or another. So let me tell you a story. I used to work a long time for Duke University Libraries in North Carolina, about 17 years, and it was a great job, the best job I've ever had so far. I loved my coworkers, the money, the benefits. I loved the college atmosphere. It was all great. But when my mom passed away in 2017, I felt a hole in my life, like I lost my emotional home, so to speak. For 5 years after, I searched for a way to fill that emotional void, and I started thinking of Seattle, where I was born and raised. I didn't have any family out there, but many of the people that I knew growing up, including my mom's friends, who I love like family, were out there. So, I saw two paths in front of me. I could stay at my great job, but be physically distant from many of my loved ones, or I could move to Seattle, but leave my job. And when my brother graduated college and found a job near the Tri-Cities, I made the decision to follow him. It wasn't Seattle, but it was a lot closer than North Carolina. I made that move 3 years ago, and now that I'm on the other side of my decision, I feel really conflicted. I underestimated how difficult it would be for me to find a job up here. I haven't found a job in 3 years. That's why I'm taking classes at Wazoo Tri-Cities. I'm trying to find a new career. Also, I underestimated how difficult it would be to drive across the mountains from eastern Washington to western Washington. There are some months where it's just too difficult to travel, so I haven't been able to see Seattle that often. And most importantly, I didn't pay attention to the old saying, you can't go home again. Not only is Seattle much different than it was over 20 years ago, but the people I knew have lives of their own. They have families, kids. I'm kind of an outsider of sorts, which is understandable, and people change and move on after 20 years. For a while I was really depressed. I saw myself as a person who'd lost everything. No job, no friends, and I still didn't have a home emotionally. And I couldn't go back to Duke. My job was filled almost immediately. So I was in a real bad place for a while. Things started to pick up once I went back to school. And then I came across Frost's The Road Not Taken, and it helps to remind me all is not lost. No one knows what could have happened if I stayed at Duke. I could have had a terrible car accident. I could have gotten sick by some contagious disease. And I'd still probably be emotionally homeless. The path I've chosen is the path I've chosen. At least I can follow my dream of being a writer, which is what I'm doing right now at Wazoo. Really, I'll never know what could have happened if I stayed at Duke. I guess what really matters is my perspective, my pessimism or optimism. And as I think the poem suggests in the last line, that has made all the difference.